Welcome to this audio guide about the Sagrada Familia, Spain's most visited monument and one of the world's most extraordinary architectural works. You are standing before the legacy of Antoni Gaudí, a genius who dedicated more than 40 years of his life to creating this basilica, which is still under construction today. The Sagrada Familia is not just a church, it is a cathedral of nature turned into stone. Gaudi, born in 1852 in Reus, Catalonia, revolutionized modern architecture with his unique style, inspired by the organic forms of nature. When he died in 1926, he had only completed a small part of his vision, but he left plans and models that have guided architects for more than a century. Construction began in 1882, but it wasn't until 1883 that Gaudi took over the project. Originally, the design was neo-Gothic, but Gaudi completely transformed it, creating something never seen before. The basilica has three main facades, each with profound meaning: the Nativity Facade, the Passion Facade, and the Glory Facade, which is still under construction. The Nativity Facade, facing east, is the only one Gaudi saw completed in his lifetime. This facade celebrates life and nature, with decorative exuberance that seems to sprout from the stone itself. Every detail is loaded with symbolism: columns that branch like trees, sculptures of animals and plants, all representing creation and the birth of Jesus. Observe the columns in the interior. They are not simple straight pillars, but branch like trees, creating a forest of stone that supports the ceiling. Gaudi studied the structure of trees to create a support system that distributes weight naturally. These columns are not only functional, but also a metaphor. The forest represents nature, and the light filtering through them symbolizes divine presence. The interior of the Sagrada Familia is a unique sensory experience. Light plays a fundamental role in Gaudi's design. The stained glass windows are strategically placed to create different atmospheres depending on the time of day. The windows of the Nativity Facade have blue and green tones, representing dawn and life. Those of the Passion Facade have red and orange tones, evoking sunset and death. The Passion Facade, designed by Josep Maria Suberches, is radically different. While the Nativity is exuberant and organic, the Passion is austere and geometric, with hard lines representing Christ's suffering. The sculptures are more abstract, almost cubist, reflecting the pain and anguish of the crucifixion. One of the most fascinating characteristics of the Sagrada Familia is its construction system without traditional scaffolding. Gaudi designed inverted models using ropes and weights to calculate the shapes of arches and vaults. This method, known as the funicular model, allowed him to create structures that naturally defy gravity. The towers of the Sagrada Familia are another distinctive element. When complete, it will have 18 towers, 12 for the Apostles, 4 for the Evangelists, 1 for the Virgin Mary, and the tallest, at 172 meters, for Jesus Christ. Each tower has a helical shape, like a snail shell, and is crowned with symbols representing its function. The Apostles' towers have crosses, while Jesus's will have a four-armed cross. Gaudi incorporated elements of nature in every corner. The interior columns have bases resembling roots, and the capitals look like leaves. The parabolic arches supporting the ceiling mimic the structure of tree branches. Even the spiral staircases are designed to recall snail shells. The cryptogram on the Passion Facade is one of the most fascinating secrets. Suberches included a magic square where all rows, columns, and diagonals add up to 33, Christ's age when he was crucified. This mathematical detail shows the depth of symbolic thinking in every element of the design. The temple's acoustics were carefully designed by Gaudi. The interior is designed so that sound propagates optimally, creating a unique auditory experience during masses and concerts. The curved shapes and the height of the vaults contribute to this exceptional acoustics. The materials used in construction also have meaning. Gaudi chose different types of stone according to their location: harder stone for parts exposed to the elements, and softer for decorative details. The variety of textures and colors creates a rich and complex visual effect. The Sagrada Familia is also an example of sustainable architecture avant la lettre. Gaudi designed natural ventilation systems and solar light utilization. The towers act as chimneys that extract hot air, and the windows are oriented to maximize natural light entry. The construction process has been extraordinarily slow. During the Spanish Civil War, many of Gaudi's plans and models were destroyed. Subsequent architects have had to reconstruct the design based on photographs, fragmentary drawings, and surviving models. This reconstruction process has been as complex as the original construction. Modern technology has significantly accelerated construction. Since the 1980s, advanced techniques such as 3D printing have been used to create precise models, and state-of-the-art cranes to place the pieces. However, Gaudi's artisanal spirit is maintained. Many pieces are still hand-carved. Christian symbolism is present in every detail. The number 12 appears constantly, 12 apostles, 12 fruits of the Holy Spirit. The colors of the stained glass represent different aspects of faith: blue for hope, red for love, green for nature and creation. The glory facade, which will be the main one when complete, will represent the path to God. It will include scenes of the Last Judgment and Resurrection. This facade will be the largest and most complex, with multiple doors representing different paths to salvation. Gaudi lived on the construction site during the last years of his life, completely dedicated to the project. His room was Spartan, and he spent entire days working on details. This total dedication explains why the Sagrada Familia is so coherent in its design, despite its complexity. Park Güell, another masterpiece by Gaudi, was designed as an extension of his architectural vision. There he experimented with many of the techniques he later applied in the Sagrada Familia, such as the use of truncatus, ceramic fragments, and organic forms. The Sagrada Familia was consecrated as a minor basilica by Pope Benedict XVI in 2010, although it is not yet finished. Construction is expected to be completed around 2026, coinciding with the centenary of Gaudi's death. However, some decorative details may continue beyond that date. The impact of the Sagrada Familia on world architecture has been immense. It inspired architects like Frank Gehry and Santiago Calatrava. Its influence is seen in modern buildings that incorporate organic forms and sustainability in their design. UNESCO declared the Sagrada Familia a World Heritage Site in 2005, recognizing its exceptional universal value. This distinction protects not only the building, but also the ongoing construction process, which is an integral part of its history. Visiting the Sagrada Familia is an experience that changes according to the time of day. In the morning, the blue and green light of the Nativity Facade creates an atmosphere of hope and renewal. In the afternoon, the red and orange light of the Passion Facade evokes reflection and contemplation. Gaudi's secrets are in the details, in how the columns branch to distribute weight, in how light filters to create different atmospheres, in how every decorative element has symbolic meaning. It's not just architecture, it's poetry in stone. The Sagrada Familia is a testament to a genius's vision and the dedication of generations of architects, artisans, and workers who have continued his legacy. It is a reminder that great works are not completed in one lifetime, but are passed down from generation to generation. When you leave the Sagrada Familia, look up and observe the towers rising toward the sky. Each one tells a story, every detail has a purpose. This is not just a church, it is the vision of a man who saw architecture as a way to approach the divine through nature. Thank you for listening to this audio guide about the Sagrada Familia. We hope you have discovered Gaudi's hidden secrets and that this experience has enriched your visit. The Sagrada Familia is a place that deserves to be visited multiple times, because each visit reveals something new. Enjoy the rest of your stay in Barcelona.